Hey guys, Patriot back once again. Just doing a little afternoon hike out here in the suburbs. Just left the house and I'm following I'm out here on the ravine flats and just following a little wash through here. It's very secluded. I'm only a couple hundred yards off of the houses, and we're going to be heading back about half a mile tonight and following the ravine, so it's not like a straight line shot or anything like that. I'll show you a little cactus wren, little bird nest from a cactus wren, and of course it's vacant right now, but another time that may have eggs in it. If you're in a situation where you may need some food, these are a great place to look. Cactus wren are abundant out here, as well as woodpeckers and quail. So as I was saying, back to the camouflage issue. The challenge is to wear something that doesn't stick out like a sore thumb when you're out here walking around, and still looks very civilianized, very non-scary to the general populace. So yeah, I could wear my camo boonie hat and all that out here, but I'm kind of going with a low profile ball cap with subdued colors. The green that I'm wearing is a little bit dark right now, but as that light disappears, this will blend very well with the Palo Verde trees. And I'm wearing 511 pants tonight, my cotton pants. It's dry tonight. There's no threat of rain or anything like that. There's very little moisture. I'm maintaining a pace, a regulated pace that's going to prevent me from working up a sweat, and I'm not going to have any problem with cotton in this type of climate right now. It was a relatively warm day here. I believe it was right around 72, 74 for the high, and it's still running about 65 degrees right now. 64, 65. Lots of deer track in here. Now in the sand, it's very difficult for you guys to see the deer track. That's why I'm not going to show you unless something is very pronounced, and I'll try to get the camera down low so that you guys can see it. Or if I run into a muddy area up here, that will show very well. Okay guys, we came upon a little wash here, and you can see that there's still a lot of moisture in the ground from all the rain that we had last week, and I just wanted to show you that this is an ideal place to look for tracks and see what kind of animals are moving within the area, because we've got an expansive or a large area of relatively flat ground, and we've got some real clear markings in here. Just thought I'd show these to you. Passing right through the mud here. Over here we've got a little area where the animal was pawing or digging, kind of rooting around for something. So there are a lot of deer in this area. This happens to be javelina. Looks like maybe 3 different animals that have come right through here. Maybe 4. They're very similar in size, but it does appear to be at least 3, and possibly a set of 4. Try to get out here for a large shot. Anyhow, just one more piece of the puzzle when you're out here trying to figure out animal routes and behaviors. Okay guys, I've got a pack of coyotes about somewhere around 300 yards or so. It's a little difficult to tell. It's a little bit difficult to tell by sound alone, but they're in the vicinity, either side of 300 yards or so. Anyhow, we'll work our way I know this area up here well. It's kind of a game pocket, has a lot of heavy Palo Verde trees. Where I'm walking now is an old burn area. There was a fire here. I forget, time flies, so it's probably been maybe 8 or 10 years now, but this area was mostly burned pretty heavily. But there's a pocket in here that wasn't burned, so the vegetation's a lot larger. It's a lot more mature. You can hear the coyotes howling away. We're going to move to that pocket. Hopefully you guys can hear that on camera. So what I've done is I've just kind of taken a visual fix of the direction that I believe that it's coming from. And I see the tips of 2 saguaro cactus out there that are about 250 yards or so. There's those 2 saguaro tips. So in a roundabout way, I'll be heading in that direction, but I'll be making use of the terrain. And I'll be doing less talking now. And we'll see if we can get some yotes on film tonight. Okay, just after I finished up speaking a moment ago, there was a big jackrabbit out here. I saw his ears going away from me like this, with the sun on the back of his ears. So anyhow, with me talking like this, he heard me a long time ago. They have excellent hearing. They usually won't run too far, so if I was hunting or trying to gather food, I would have another opportunity. If I shut my yapper, moved that direction to his last known position, and just started taking it easy, a .22 rifle would be a very easy harvest. Again, I can't hunt out here, but the same principles apply everywhere. Now the next thing that I wanted to cover is before I left the house, I energized myself with a little bit of food and water. I've got water with me, I've got a cereal bar with me in case I get hungry. But if I should find myself in an emergency type of situation, say I twist or break an ankle out here or something like that, I have a food energy reserve in me that's there, that's going to help me to think clearly and to prevent from panicking and kind of do the right things. Now I've got a cell phone on me too, and I'm very close to everything, but I'm not going to call an air vac out here to deal with an ankle when, I only have to get half a mile to a road. Sorry for the throat clearing and stuffiness. I'm just getting over a cold that I've had for about a week. It's very nice to get out here and get some fresh air. So before I left the house, I had a cup of yogurt, and I had a handful of pretzels, and a big old tall glass of water. I've got some good food energy with me. My brain feels sharp right now, and I've got enough reserve in me to where I'm going to be relatively good for the next 6 hours without eating anything. I can make reasonably good decisions under pressure. If you're not eating right, you're not going to be able to make those hard decisions. You're not going to be able to think clearly, as clearly. So these are just small things that I think about. If you get yourself in the habit of thinking this way, you're not going to, you're going to be doing the same thing when you're in more remote situations. So good habits here, where it's relatively safe and help is easy to come by. These good habits translate over towards remote situations. Minor things to think about, but a person who's just gotten off of work or something like that, wants to go for a hike, may not think about food because he's knowing that he's going to have dinner at 6 o'clock. Well, that's the plan anyhow. If something goes bad, what happens when you get a little excited? You tend to forget. Your stomach shuts down. You don't think about food. You don't think about water. And even though you're carrying it with you, having that fresh, energizing nutrition going through your bloodstream is a big help. And it makes you sharper when you're out here hunting.